just realized, did I copy the recap stuff in the chat?
Probably not.
Hey,
it's okay.
I've been good about doing it the last couple weeks.
It's true. I mean, I
did. I did the whole cable thing with.
Did we? I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
I posted them on the 9th. Yeah, 5 days ago.
Fantastic. All right, go. Well, at least somebody's doing a job because I haven't done shit for the podcast. So
yeah. Well, you and Ashley are kind of like on your hiatus, so somebody.
Yeah. Well, Dom's out mucking around in Colorado, literally catching fish with his bare hands.
That's such like a thing for him. I mean, I feel like that suits.
Yeah, I'm actually not surprised that he did that, to be completely honest. That's so a Dom thing. So I can't wait to eat some fish, Dom. When did you bring your fish back with you? Probably didn't do it though, but we'll see. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Overachievers Gaming Podcast, the Marvel Strike Force Insider Edition. I am your host, Vash, joined as always with Chef Crondo. Ashley Pastrami is not here. He's out catching fish with his bare hands in Colorado. But joining us this week is DismalContent. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Yo, how's it going? How's everybody?
Good.
I'm freaking amazing. How are you doing?
I'm good. Couldn't do better.
Yeah, still surviving quarantine. I hear things are starting to open up around the world. Things are slowly moving into phase 3 here in the New England area, just outside of New York City. I'm hearing things are starting to open up, and then my industry is starting to get back on track, which I'm very excited for, but probably not going to be another 2 months before I go back to work. So, fun! I can't wait.
Fun!
Yeah, but either way, yeah. So what's new? What's new with MSF? Because I don't know. I have not paid attention. So
they nothing big. They just fucking broke the game again, and want to say that it is. Again.
Wait, what happened? What broke?
The whole. I mean, okay.
We're getting into it early.
Do you guys just want to dive into this right away?
Yeah, might as well. Go for it. This is what we're here for. This is what the people want to hear. People want to hear the chef rants with the baby shark.
So here's the thing. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They fucking broke this game because this whole health bar change, whether people want to admit it or not, I feel like it's being classified in 2 different levels, right? There are people that are not experiencing any right now. That those are usually krakens or whales that are punching down on content already, so it doesn't make any difference to them. Now, myself, who has been, pretty much smashing through difficulty 2 leading up until this point in time where they decided to, whatever do. I don't understand what the fucking thinking is. You have literally like 30 bugs in your game and you think, hey, let's go out here and flatten the HP curve. No, motherfuckers, like just fix the 30 fucking bugs that are in the game already. The Black Bolt thing, not fixed. Like it already happened to me again, even though they said that they fixed it. And it's like, it just blows my mind that they have essentially run out of duct tape and they're just like, let's just go ahead and keep fucking things up and people are going to still give us money and we don't care. And they really don't. So today in War, I lost against a Coulson team for the very first time ever with my Phoenix squad. Like I have no idea how it happened. Like it was just, it literally was asinine. And it was a 10K punch up, like 10K punch up. And I got destroyed. I mean, we're talking destroyed. I went into a fight today, 80K Spider-Verse into a Red Skull team with 2 people, and he had 2 charges. Wrecked. Absolutely flatlined. Like, I didn't get to do anything. Fucking Red Skull one-shot my level 70 Venom at G13. Fucking Red Skull one-shot my Venom at G13 from full health. Like, what is this? Then I go into a fight. I bring my Aimtron team, 30K punch down. Or, I'm sorry, 30K punch up into a Asgardian team, right? Hella one-shot my entire team. If people want to sit here and tell me that there's not something wrong with that, they're fucking smoking. To be smoking too, because that is not. I don't care, dude. A G13 5 red aim security gets one-shot by Hella, and you want to tell me something's not wrong with the game? Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm heated. I don't understand it, and maybe Dismal can back me up on this because I know Vash, you've been taking a little bit of a hiatus, but like U7. Massive difference in the difficulty, like massive difference.
It's it's for me it's definitely noticeable. Sorry. Yeah, like there was I think the first day we launched raids on it, I think I autoed like the second node because I have never even had an issue, and my whole team wiped. And like, I think I got one kill, and my whole team wiped, and I was like, "What? What just happened?"
Wait, when did this happen? Did this happen with this new update with health bars or something like that?
Yeah. So I think okay, well, I can't even find the text to where exactly what happened, but I believe they tried to flatten so that you don't have as many of those little increments of bars on your health in the UI. So the bars themselves are supposed to represent a larger pool of health. But what I think is happening is I think that they somehow skewed the stat levels or something, because it feels like my people don't have as much health as my opponents do, because I'm seeing my units getting one-shot by enemies that should not be one-shotting my people. And I mean, prime example, I had a one-shot my G14 symbiote Spider-Man from full health, and he had offense down. How does that even make sense? Like, in difficulty 2, like that, it just shouldn't be happening. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it sounds like something's broken at
if
that
my
point.
G4. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, why can't they just? I understand why they have to like try to fix something that wasn't broken in the first place. Like, why not just roll it back to what it was? You notice things are issues or differences. I understand maybe they're thinking about in the future, like you're gonna have more health and whatnot, and you're gonna need it. But at the same time, it's like, why out of all the things to change, you're gonna change this now? Like, out of all the problems that are out there and all the things that people have been asking for, you're going to change a health bar visual bug? Why not just put the numbers on the health bar or on the character? Like, give us the actual health per person. Like, I don't understand why they can't do that. So
yeah, that's exactly it. It's ISO 8.
Yeah, Chu just nailed it. It's weight scaling, but it's Remen. I'm frustrated because as somebody that was doing well in difficulty 2 and I was doing really well in wars, it has essentially rewinded all of my progress that I've made within the last 2 to 3 months. And it doesn't really make sense to me as to why that's the case, because this is now another move they've made where they're effectively nerfing aspect for something that's coming out. They've given us no preface as to when that's coming out, what it's going to do, any of that. So they leave people in the dark. And I mean, I don't understand it. Like, as a gaming company, they leave us in the dark about so much stuff. And while they do great things, like I love the Black Order, I love the animations of it, I love so many aspects of this game, but then they do things like this and it negates everything good that they do in the game. And I don't understand why they keep kind of backtracking and stepping backwards, because they say something's coming up, but it's like you can't nerf the game across preparation for something and not expect people to feel it and get upset about it and potentially leave the game. Because I mean, if they're going to keep doing this kind of stuff, I don't see the point in playing it as somebody that, I like to see progress. I like to feel that if I'm powering certain units up, I don't want to feel as though it's for no reason. And if Dismal over there is saying that he's feeling it, I feel like even if I were to spend money on this game or play with the most elite group of people in this game, it's not going to change the experience at all. And I don't understand why they do this stuff.
It's just funny because like I complained about it in game chat, and the first like 6 responses were, "Oh, just reset your game." It's not like, "Oh, maybe have you tried this character," or "What's your team you're running?" It's just instantly everyone's like, "Oh, reset your game. It's probably bugged."
Okay, but then what do you do if you've reset the game and it's still there?
I mean, apparently it's working for people. Like if they're getting smoked, it's working a little bit better. But anyways,
man, that just sounds like another issue that they quote unquote can't replicate with the war bugs affecting raids and everything like that. It's like it's not hard to replicate that at all or test it. Like you can clearly see it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I feel what you're saying, Crondo, in terms of like having the game. Like they're introducing new things for a mode that's coming out, i.e. like, switching the power armor turn meter thing for Ironheart that comes out 4 months later. And she doesn't really even make that team that great anymore, in my opinion. But it's just, I I don't know, man. It just seems like it's getting more and more ridiculous, and it looks like they give less and less fucks about what's going on, which is unfortunate because the whole reason why we love this game is because, you know, it has the Marvel IP on it. It's fun. The community's fantastic. And like the reason why we keep bitching and complaining is because we want it to be the best it can be. We want to keep playing it. And for me, like, I would love to come back and play this game even more. Like, I don't know if you heard, Dismal, but I took a hiatus and whatnot. I've taken essentially a week off at this point of just like not logging in, not playing the game, and it's honestly, I haven't really missed it a little bit. I mean, I still check in with the Discord in our Discord that we have and see what's going on, see all the bugs and the issues and complaining and whatnot. But like, I don't know, man. It's just like they keep hanging the carrot in front of us and be like, oh, here's the new thing, here's the new thing, here's the new thing. Just keep going, keep spending, keep logging in, keep doing this, blah 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 blah. Like, what about, like, I don't know, man. I just feel like there's gonna be a breaking point, and it's gonna take some people just saying completely just leaving the game, like a ton of people, especially like the big spenders, probably just saying like, we're done, we've had enough, we're done. And like, we've been complaining about this, we've been talking about this stuff, we've been trying to fix it, we've been trying to have communication and whatnot, and they're just not doing it. So what's the breaking point for people? Like, I'm curious. Like, for me, it was just the bugs with Ironheart and everything. That's just like one more thing that we've had many issues with in the past that just completely broke across the board. So, like, I don't know. What do you guys think about any of that stuff? Like, what would it take for you guys just to completely be like, fuck this, I'm out, I'm done, I can't do it anymore?
I'm pretty close, man. I'm pretty close right now. The only reason that I haven't quit playing this game, and we've said this many times before, is that I love the community. I like, when I popped on stream yesterday, Remen was in there, Wolverthor's in there, you know, all the same familiar faces. Rai was in there, like, all people that are in this chat right now. I feel as though, like, I have become like, you know, I'm not like obviously like close friends with these people, but I feel like these are all acquaintances, and I really enjoy conversing with these people. Yeah. And it's sad that that's what's keeping me playing this game. It's not even something that they themselves did. It's the community based around the game that keeps me playing it. And stuff like this, like I was saying, making me feel like months of work was retroactively being turned around is what really... Okay, and I can take DD3 being like, you know, punching me in the dick every day because I'm an idiot and I have 4 Miss Marvels on there, and it's like, I can laugh at stuff like that, right? Because I made the mistake of putting myself in that situation. However, when something I do on a daily basis, like U7, is getting harder and harder and harder every day, when my characters are like almost maxed out at G14 with all their T4 abilities, when the only thing I can do is have better red stars, like, what's the point, dude? Like, even if I were to spend thousands of dollars, that doesn't mean... I opened up an Elite 5-star yesterday and got Ghost Rider for the second time. Like, that's the third time I've opened an Elite 5 and had a duplicate. And I don't even have that many Elite 5, or I don't have that many 5 red stars. So, like, all this stuff, if you guys can tell, I've had way too much coffee this morning. It really frustrates me, man. Like, it really frustrates me because I want to like this game. And even you, I told you after I took the break and we were talking the other day before you took your break, I have been really enjoying this game. The Last Resort, the Alliance I'm in. I enjoy the people that I'm hanging with. It bothers me when I'm so mad that it affects 23 other people and that I don't even want to look at the game because I don't want it to ruin my day when I have other stuff to do. And that's like, when it starts like affecting your mental psyche like that, that's when it's like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know? And it sucks because I feel as though, like, if I were to quit, I'm turning my back on you. I'm turning my back on the podcast, the community, the group of people I've become friends with. And I don't want to do that because I like it. And it's response, but you know.
Yeah. I think the weird thing that's going to happen that I think will kind of be a make or break for this game coming up is ISO 8, because you're going to get into a situation now where it's less and less predictable what the outcome of your fights are going to be, and it's going to be really frustrating. You know, like they've basically said that they're going to have passive effects on ISO 8. Like, how are you going to know what these passive effects are in each character? Like, when you go into a war fight, if this character gives energy, or that, you know, like, how are they going to portray all of these extra features that are happening? It's just going to make all the fights so unpredictable. I think it's going to be really frustrating for people to, like, just go on these same fight. Like Crondo just said, like he's got these teams that he knows should win. And he's been doing the same thing over and over for 6-7 months. In fact, he's getting better with his teams. He knows how to use them better. And then all of a sudden, a lot of that's going to be reset because ISO 8's going to come in and there's going to be a bunch of wild cards, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And also, like, how do you anticipate them putting ISO 8 into the raid for the enemies as well? And tuning that.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's the thing that, like, when I started hearing about this, I started thinking, it's like, well, how are they going to do that to really screw over the players? Because I mean, that's what just for me, from my perspective of things, that's what I see. I see there's like, okay, you want to beat this content? This is the ISO 8 you need. Oh, guess what? All the characters now have ISO 8 on them too. You now need this group of ISO 8 that you now have to spend power cores to unhinge from or unequip and whatever, and equip the right things. Back and forth. Like it's just I don't know. It's I see the writing on the wall with that, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. It's frustrating. I just wish there was a way to like just chill and not play and like not be as competitive, not be whatever, but like they make it almost impossible to do that without quitting completely, coming back and doing whatever, and then joining like a rank 1 alliance or something like that, in which, or like a bronze 1 alliance. It's so frustrating that I'm just seeing all this stuff happening, and like I'm not even playing the game and I'm seeing it and I'm frustrated at this point. It's crazy. So,
right.
But I don't know, man. It's wild, but there's what do they say that's coming out? July, so like a month or so, supposedly. They haven't even announced it. It's just going to come out, right?
I think, yeah, I don't know. There's no clarity. I mean, they've said this. It's all speculation. I mean,
oh boy,
yeah, I don't. I'm actually genuinely curious, Dismal. Tell me about your community, because Pants of Hulk. Obviously you guys are, King Dangalings with Legion of Cabal. And I feel as though without your Legion of Cabal, there would be a pretty large dip in maybe, their monthly sales. I have no idea, but I feel as though like your community is one of like the bigger ones in terms of Krakens and whales and things like that. And I'm genuinely curious overall, like what the feelings and thoughts are of that community, because, I'm bad and I don't have time to like, dip into everybody's community. Talk about this a lot.
I mean, so after the first playtest of ISO 8, I mean, I think it's pretty apparent why they made so many large changes, and that was a lot of people in top alliances and a lot of content creators saying like, you are going to ruin the game with this. Do not put this in the game or we will quit. So I don't think if those people were in that situation that there would have been any sweeping changes like there. And I don't personally, I am very curious to see how much they actually have changed it. They might have just waited a couple months and moved some things around, and they definitely took some feedback. But how many of those people are still going to be like, yeah, this still sucks, I still want to quit? So
yeah, and it's like,
if it goes like that again, are they going to listen again, or are they just going to go, well, we listened once, so let's put it in?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I bet you some higher ups are just be like, well, what do these players know? They don't know anything. It's like, we need the money. Put the thing in. Like, have it generate income. It's like, look, give us our projections and how people will spend, so on and so forth. And I think that's going to be a telltale sign for a lot of people, unfortunately. So I don't know. Do we need to bring back the Fix MSF movement again once that happens? Like, is that going to do anything again? Like, I don't know.
They're doing like a strike like this on Contest of Champions.
Are they?
There's like a big thing where a lot of people are doing a spending strike against Kabam because of things they've done recently. And I actually just quit playing Contest because writing on the wall. And the writing on the wall was that they are pretty much primarily focused on pumping out Realm of Champions, and they don't give a shit about Contest Champs anymore. They're just milking what they can and getting ready for the next big thing. And I feel as though there's some of that going on in MSF right now, where they're like, we know ISO 8's coming out, we don't care what people think, people are going to buy it anyways, and we're just going to keep this beast rolling, And what Dismal just said actually like piques my interest, right? Because you said that you guys haven't even had playtest for this yet, right? So what that tells me is they're already changing the game. They're already adjusting things within the game to be balanced for something that's on the horizon, but they haven't even play tested it yet, and they're already making changes to the game for it. So like that right there is that doesn't make any sense to me. Like they're literally making without even testing it, like we always joke around about, but it's like that's literally what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with U7 when they introduced it. Everyone could tell that was too difficult. That was clearly tuned for ISO 8, and that was when ISO 8 was supposed to come out the first time, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so I'm guessing they're going to do the exact same thing. All this stuff, difficulty dial is probably all tuned for ISO 8 for a certain extent. They're probably working on other raids and stuff that have ISO 8 characters, or so yeah, it's going to be. I mean, the playtest is this month. Oh, well,
I can't wait to hear all about that and then see it in action and just watch all the memes fly around. I mean, that's the nice thing about taking a step back for me is like I'm not as concerned with anything. So it sucks, but like I feel you guys' pain. But I'm genuinely curious because like I don't know what's going on in the game right now. So actually, Chrono, you want to continue on with a recap of everything that's happened because now we're done with our 20-minute rant on what's coming up with the game.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty So I hope I don't just want to like whine about shit. I genuinely am frustrated, and I hope people can understand that. And you know, maybe people want to come in our Discord, talk about it, vent your frustrations. I just think it's a healthy conversation, right? Because there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world, and the best way to move on or fix anything bad is to talk about it and have constructive criticism. But I don't feel like Foxnix is open to it. We'll see. Hopefully, you know, for the sake of everybody's accounts and the happiness of everybody that plays this game and for the joy of us, that they get their shit together. Let's move on here.
So what happened this week? What were the blitzes this week?
We had a Punisher Blitz earlier this week, which was a nice vacation, and currently we have Ironheart rolling around. I don't know about you guys, but I did Milestones and chill because I just don't care about Ironheart that much, even though I know she's good. I just I got too many units to work on right now. Way too many units to work on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I bought Ironheart when she came out.
Oh, that's right. You're not playing.
So I don't know.
Dismal, do you even blitz?
I blitz, yeah. I don't blitz her top. Yeah, I just don't have enough time to make rotations. So I'm at like 3.5 million or something.
Yeah, what's that, one rotation for you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I know we talked about it like 6 months ago about the Blitz sim, but do they have anything coming out in regards to that? Do you think it's going to come out with ISO 8 if they come out with that at all?
I mean, they had people playtesting the Blitz sim, so I assume probably just the UI overhaul that they're not fully buttoned in on, but the actual mode works supposedly. But I don't know if there's like other repercussions that they're thinking about too. You know, like if they're trying to fix macroing and botting and stuff, and they're trying to tie it all in together, that might be why. But who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we've had many discussions about macroing and botting and all that sort of stuff, so we'll have to see if anything comes of that for the future or anything like that. My money's on no. Nothing's going to change in regards to that.
I mean, I would imagine that auto, like simming, it's going to make macroing even
easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can do it right now in BlueStacks. It's very easy to do. So
unless they figure out a way to like, you know, move this auto sim button around on the UI. So that's why I think
make you punch in a captcha key in order to carry on with your boxes.
Watch an ad to hit the auto sim.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh man, I'm talking about doing a World of Warcraft right now to prevent people from botting, and I am prepared to see it pop up in a lot of other places.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. We'll see, because it's tough to, like, if you accidentally ban somebody who's doing something legitimately, you're gonna piss off a lot of people if that becomes the case. So
and also I feel like if you ban somebody for an illegitimate reason and there's somebody that spent money on the game, there's grounds for legal matters involved. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a gray area. I'm sure that's why they haven't just flat out started banning people. But anyways, let's carry on from the botter's gonna bot. conversation. Because they're going to do it one way or another. So we had, in the patch notes, we have 3 new playable characters coming.
Great.
One of which we already have, who's Domino. I think she's awesome. Dismal, what are your thoughts on Domino so far?
She's good. I like it. I like the team. The team looks fun, but it's pretty typical, I would say. Like, you could almost figure out exactly what FN was going to do with, like, team to combat all these defense teams. It's like, it's going to be smash and grab and no, like, very little control and all just, like, kill them before they kill you, you know?
Yeah, sounds fantastic. Can't wait.
I like her. I got 4 reds on her yesterday. Overall, I don't have enough money for the team right now, but I'm free to play, so like that's, you know, my own personal issue. But I have so many teams to work on right now. I just they'll just be riding the bench for a little while.
Yeah.
But coming up, we have X-23 and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, which did either one of you guys catch the Fox Next live thing on Facebook or whatever?
I saw it for about 5 minutes, and then I was like, "This is the worst." It's like, who are they? Who's this guy they pulled out randomly from the thing?
The story is that guy is a content creator for Marvel, like I think for like the comic books or something like that.
Okay.
He's like a YouTuber, and I don't know. He's not directly related to MSF. And nor is he a regular avid player of MSF. So they went out, got some guy who doesn't even really play this game on a regular basis to do some kind of feature of that team, and he sucked with them. He literally lost several times with them. And it's like, what are you guys doing? There's a handful of but they don't care. That's the thing. They were trying to pander to a completely different audience. And I think they were trying to like bring people into the game that are currently playing the game. But anybody that currently plays the game was like, wow, this is like Jovenshire 2.0. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
What was that other guy that was like Nightly Gaming? That was like...
where he, like, the whole thing happened where he was getting, like, free cores or something like that, and he had to pretty much quit playing the game because of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand. They have a pool of creators to choose from, and they go with these clowns. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, if they reached out to, like, any of these people, like Chu, Remen, Casino, Valley, Wolverthor, any of these people, like, I'm pretty sure that there would be some kind of, like, common ground they could find to work together. But again, they choose to just pick somebody that has nothing about this game, and on the biggest platform you could choose to market yourself on, Facebook Live. And if I'd have seen that, I wouldn't want to fucking play the game. You're featuring a team that you lose with them. Who the fuck wants to go play that game?
Yeah. That's like the antithesis of what you want out of marketing. You want to showcase how good the team is and why you should pay the premium to play the game.
You want that team to go in there and blow the dicks off everybody. You want them to go in there and be like, holy shit, this game looks awesome. Like that that X-Force team looks badass. Like, I want that. You know, that Black Order team that, oh my God, Thanos just snapped somebody. Like, I want to buy. They show that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
weird.
Anyways,
so the new 2 other characters coming out, Negasonic and X-23. What are they? What I remember hearing about that she's a milestone reward character, something like that.
Negasonic is, yeah. She's like the Blitz, Blitz orb, or her like legacy Unity orb is what it's called. Mm-hmm. So Blitz with the Unity characters get Unity orbs, open stones.
Oh, so it's like the Cyclops thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is going to be good. I mean, hey, if you are a player that wants to use efficiency in your roster, or if you're a player that even spends money on this game, this type of event is going to really help you get ahead in terms of getting extra T14 mats that you can't get elsewhere.
Yeah, if they include them.
If it's like the other events in the past. So usually these are really good events to get involved in. Take a vacation on Blitz and prep yourself, man. Don't burn yourself out on the game, but that's a event that you really want to go hard on.
Yeah, because that also inflates a lot of numbers too whenever they do Blitz predictions for stuff. If you're trying to go for, do they say when they're announcing that yet, or probably sometime next week? Would be my guess. She normally do this on Wednesdays.
Yeah, she had a in-game mail last week, I believe, so she should be this week. coming up, I would think.
Okay.
World Warrior ends in 3 days, I'm pretty sure. So maybe at the end of that.
Well, wait. We have actually don't we?
I guess
have,
it doesn't really matter with World Warrior because it's not the same. But
yeah. But it's the other thing. We got so many. I mean, they said that Symbiote was supposed to be in the calendar for June, and we're already halfway through June, and they're talking about doing this event. So I'm like, where does he fit into the fold?
Yeah, he was on at the same time Cyclops was on, so I don't think that'll prevent him from doing it. But I thought it was weird they didn't have him on the last one, and they went back to just the standard ones. But
right.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do like 7 days of this, so like in a couple days they'll start up something new. I think it's like Wednesday is when they usually roll out with a new patch.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. All right. Oh, well, what else?
Okay.
So she's coming. Well, I guess I don't know if it's an upcoming thing. We're still in the recap version of everything. So
yes, I'm just basically giving a rundown of the patch notes.
Keep going with it.
So we have a versus battle update, new balanced draft mode. All characters at or above tier 9 will have their power modified to set levels to even the playing field. Not bad, right? I mean,
that's the PvP?
Kind of giving you,
yeah,
they're working towards a sandbox mode in
right.
there, like, or at least like even the playing field. I'm not against that. Let's see here. New advanced option, quick alliance access. Bypass the alliance load screen and easily manage alliance members. To activate, go to the advanced options in the settings menu. Okay, whatever. Here we go. Here's a good one. You can now use alliance credits to purchase items in the war store, and then the fine print located at the bottom of the supplies.
Okay.
And then you're like me, and you buy, a bunch of Elite 4-star tickets, and you go and open up, and it's a dupe Ghost Rider.
That sounds fantastic. What's the currency for that? Like, is that the extra Stark Tech that you have?
So you can use the extra Stark Tech currency, and you can spend 6K to get 2K.
Holy shit!
4-star tickets, which is a lot.
That seems like a lot.
It's a waste.
It's 48 days of donations to make a single Elite 4 orb.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I did. And I got what did I get? I got 4-star America Chavez. Not the worst, but I personally, I'm going to go out on a limb here and recommend to people not to go crazy on spending it on Elite 4-star tickets, because I think something's coming up that you're also going to be able to spend that currency on. Either they're going to raise the Stark Tech level, or there's rumors that when they add the extra buffs to the war rooms, or like the whole extra component of the war that they have been talking about doing, that you'll have to use that alliance credit in order to extra or use the extra abilities that are data mined that have been in there for a while, but they haven't really like brought that up. So I would recommend not buying those. What I do like out of there is I like the fact that you can buy Alliance War credits. So if you're maybe like you see a G14 mini unique that you want and you're a little short, I think that's a good use of it, because those are the items that everybody's so point in the game. I mean, Dismal, are you like at your point in the game? Like, are you guys still pretty like hungry for the T14 mats?
I mean, yeah, for sure, because that's, for a lot of us, is the only way you can really upgrade characters. You're not gonna like. A lot of people are at most of their rosters at 4 and 5 red stars, so the only real way to keep pushing people is either T4 or G14. Really.
And I mean, you can't really buy a lot of that stuff, right? I mean, you can and you can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but it's not like an instant gratification buy, so I don't think many people buy.
It's not a very good value, right? Yeah.
All right. So you recommend for people who have maybe like 40,000 Stark credits or something like that to not waste it on, because 6,000 seems like a lot. Because don't you get like 100 a day, something like that?
Yeah, it's 100 for each. 310 per day, I think. You get 100 for each box, and you get 10 for donating 10K.
Yeah, but still, that just seems like it's way overpriced. Like, I mean, it makes sense in the sense of like, if you're like just shy from an Elite 4, you said, I just want to, I have a new character, I want to buy this, and I can spend the credits. Or like you said, like if you're just lowest at 500 is the credit you get for it, Alliance War credits.
You get 500.
It's like what, 500 for 2,000 credits? I think is what I remember hearing about.
No. You get 2,000 4-star tickets for 6,000 Alliance credits.
Okay.
And then you can get War tickets, but I'm pulling the game up right now because I don't know the exact number off the top of my head.
Yeah. Anyway, I like that. Like if you're just shy of something that you want, that's a good way of just like it's a emergency like fund. Like, okay, well, I have all these things accumulating. You use them. You don't. It's not something you would buy every day just to have, but at the same time, like if you need it for something, you can buy it. So I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I've heard some rumors. Well, maybe we'll talk about this in the upcoming. I'll save that for later. So, all right, what else happened this week?
Really quick, hold on. I'm going to pull this up. I just pulled the game up. So it is. You can spend 2,000 Alliance credits to get 500 War credits. You could spend 2,800 Alliance credits to get 350 Elite War credits. So
that doesn't seem
I don't like that one. That one's not value. That one's not worth it for me. But the first one, I actually did it this morning because there was an advanced syringe in the. There's no way I'm not buying that, and I had 200, so it's like I literally had just enough to get that item.
All
so
right.
It's like that for me is a no-brainer buy. But anyways, moving on. Also in the patch notes, we had the health bar visual update to accommodate health scaling systems like red stars. The amount of health needed to gain an additional bar of health has been increased. Whatever. Let's see here. They got the Domino campaign event that came out this week, which, dude, Dismal, tell me how fast you plowed through with that lucky tag.
Oh, I just auto most of those. I watched the stories in the beginning, and I just auto the things. But yeah, that tag was everybody. That was good.
It was literally like all my G14 units, pretty much, dude. Like. I literally was like, are you kidding me? You literally gave everybody like the best units to use.
That's how it always is. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it really was funny. I mean, it is really fast. Okay, so a lot of the, I'm not even going to go over a lot of these bug fixes because they're not really big. They're all minor things. But the one cool change is the stuff that changed. Have you looked into this at all, Vash?
I saw like what you posted in our Discord for the recap notices, and I was like, my goodness, that looks like Cable is going to be insane.
What are your thoughts on Cable, Dismal?
I mean, well, I have them at 6 red stars, so I'm glad they reworked him.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I haven't played with him much in War Offense because he's not like the team's not complete yet, so. I like threw together a half Brawlers team with them just to kind of like the preview, but it's hard to tell until I think everyone's there because like I said, it's such like a fast kill everyone or die team that it's hard to like be excited for them right now until they are there and they can fast kill everybody.
Yeah, it seems like they're.
I mean, on paper.
Go ahead.
I
was saying they just seem like a quick offense only, right? Because normally, like when you have new teams released, I always try to put them on defense for at least like a war or two, just to see how people do against them. But that's that from the patch notes and what we posted in our Discord about with the recap stuff with everyone. It doesn't seem like they have any sort of sustainability whatsoever.
Yeah, other than Deadpool like revives all the time now, and he revives with 80% health instead of like one hit,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, interesting. But even still, like, did they buff Deadpool at all too, or is it just Cable?
Yes. He got So Deadpool got base stat increases like 10% health. He got a new addition to his special. If X-23 is an ally, that attack ignores stealth. His ultimate got if Domino is an ally, this attack cannot be counterattacked. New on kill, generate energy for ally Cable. Now, if Domino is an ally, 100% chance to revive at 80% of his max health.
All right, fair enough.
Awesome. Dude, like I'm so conflicted because like I'm still trying to work on Black Order and my Inhumans team, my Merc team, so many different teams. But this team, like on paper, it sounds great. But I'm actually curious, who are they going to be the killer of? Are they the killer of the Merc team?
It sounds like Asgardians.
Yeah, I mean,
I think stealth.
Asgardians probably, but yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, Merc sounds about right because they're talking about like anytime somebody goes, they're getting speed bar and barrier. But yeah, like what Redmond said, they can probably beat anyone most likely. So they're going to be like, Just another war offensive team.
I like your trump card.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have your Black Order, you have your X-Men, you have your X-Force teams that can you have 3 beefy offensive teams that you can throw at anybody, like Fantastic Four, like maybe 4. You can 3 or 4 teams that you can just throw at anybody if you have a problem. Hey, here's you're going up against a huge whale like Tadano Mac in the barracks or whatever, and hey, he's got a 477k merc team. I'm gonna throw my Black Order at that team. That's done. Okay, next team up is Hydra. Well, okay, now we got Inhumans. We're gonna throw that team at. Now we have whatever, Sinister Six. Okay, here's X-Force or something. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll see. Well, it's just interesting to see, but because that's who we faced before I took my break, as we went after Tadano Mac, and that was fun. I have to say, that was probably the most fun war I've had in a long time, because you're just going up against these 400k plus teams, every single team, and you're just one-shotting them. It's so fun. Even their Black Order just used Xtron or Xtron, and it just wiped the floor with them. It was 130k punch up and no problem. Took him out, and it was hilarious. But
I will say that despite the outrage towards the Black Order team and the disappointment that they gave a lot of people, I love using them in war.
Did they fix the Thanos bug, or is that upcoming still?
Yes,
they did fix the Thanos bug. So everybody is seeing,
according to this, but I don't. I take everything that they say at face value, because they say they fixed a bunch of Black Bolt's bugs, and he fucking froze on me the other day in a war. I was outraged.
Well, you're supposed to take what? It's supposed to be, Thanos' passive is supposed to be triggering anytime a single person, or the first time that somebody goes under 50% health. That's like Crystal's passive, essentially, right? That's how it's supposed to be.
So it says Thanos' empowered passive ability, ultimate power, now correct Thanos and each Black Order ally drop below 50% health. Previously, this ability was only triggered once per match. It now correctly triggers once on each Black Order ally and Thanos per battle.
Yeah, so that's what it says is correct. So we'll see. I don't know. Let me know if anyone's actually seen that happen or not. So that must make them a little bit more difficult on arena defense, if that's what you're doing. So
yeah. Well, that's all I really have in the patch notes. That talks about what's coming out this next week, because I actually can't seem to find what the 2 blitzes are going to be this coming up week.
Did.
Okay,
they typically do it on Fridays. Is when they typically do it. So you can take
because it's the one that talks about the raid season.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about upcoming. What's coming up next? So, which is, I guess, this coming week and whatnot. So we have you have the next Ironheart Blitz will be Thursday. Ooh, Night Nurse rework confirmed. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Can't
Night
wait.
Nurse. Fantastic.
750k and chill, baby. So one thing that I'm interested in, and Dismal, you probably touch on this one right here, but they have a raid season updates for ranking rewards. It says, Commander, we've updated the raid season ranking rewards structure. Here's what's new. Added extra rank slots for 4th through 100th place in addition to percentile slots. Increased T4 ability, all ranks. Rank 1 rewards are unchanged. So they say they have a new ranking structure. See the leaderboard during the raid season for rank structure upgrades. Good luck, Commander. AKA, go fuck yourselves. No, I'm just kidding.
What was it before?
It's only first, second, third, and then 1 to 2%. So I assume what they're going to do is mirror it like the war, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10. Like, there'll be one for 10 through 25 or 10 through 50 or whatever it is. But it's just first, second, third, or 1 to 2%.
I guess that's beneficial for people who, because right now it feels like when I was with Wolverthor's Alliance, we were doing 100% difficulty 1, just because you get more tier 14s from completing difficulty 1 at 100% than you do from completing difficulty 2 at 60%, as well as you get roughly about the same amount of rewards, season points, raid season points, with difficulty 100% than you do for difficulty 2 60%. So it's overall you're getting more tier 14s doing the lesser one at higher higher completion. But I know that's not going to be the case for everybody else. Like some people just can't commit to finishing all of 100% or whatever, even if it's easier. And some people just can't log on to do it, whatever, for some reason. So I'm curious to see how that affects things, and or if they're going to address the raid bugs that you were talking about, Chef. Like, it's interesting. So my guess is no. They're not going to say anything. They should be like, working as intended, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, working as intended. Sorry, guys, we can't replicate the issue. Have like the code base for this game. Sorry, guys.
I hope they also add more milestones because now that U7 has so many points, like you blow through those milestones. Pants literally finished the milestones this season in like 2.5 hours. The entire 7 milestones.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because U7 is worth like, I mean, one U7 basically clears half of that.
Wow.
So wait, what difficulty do you guys do on a daily basis in your main Pants?
It depends on the season, like if we're pushing for first, but either 4 or 5.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. And
they're actually not that much different, those two, because basically what's going to happen in either one is you're just going to get one shot out of the blue from anywhere. So we might, like, you get one shot in D4, you get one shot in D5, and it's like, it's the same thing you're saying. It's like, even characters you don't think should get one shot, all of a sudden they're just like laying dead, and you're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
So how
no,
oh, go ahead, Bash.
Please, Bob.
How would you compare that to, let's say, the difficulty or scale of DD3?
It is, if the waves were as big as DD3, I feel like it's slightly easier. It's hard, but the waves are smaller and it's like you can control people.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's a major difference, but I suppose I was just like curious how powerful the units are, and like, and you're saying you're taking like a full T14 team in, and they're getting one shot by everything.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I mean, so like there's definitely nodes that I won't take anybody that I want to use in a node after that, because I know they're just going to die. So like there's nodes that you start with border at it, or you throw your X-Men at it, you know, because there's like the first wave is insane. So yeah, but it's not.
That's so much fun.
You can kill people a lot faster than you can kill them in DD3, that's the big difference. Is the damage feels just about the same, where you just will get hammered on and have no idea what happened, but like you actually put dents in people pretty well.
Yeah, sorry, I disconnected there for a hot second. I didn't know what happened. That was weird. So
that's just so funny to me, man. Like,
stream's reconnecting. 1 second.
Even at the highest level of play, I don't know, like that's just hilarious to me, man. That's just hilarious to me that you guys have maxed out teams like that and you're still getting shat upon. Like, that to me, dude. What is this game we play, man? Like,
D5 for sure is tuned for ISO 8.
Yeah.
Or probably the top of D3. Those are all tuned for ISO 8 for sure. Like, even D3, when we got to the end of it, like, we could auto basically like up to the third mini boss, and then the top nodes are just like, why even bother, you know? Like, it's clearly the stat increases are tuned so that, you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, guys. That was just a weird stream, just completely disconnected there for a hot second, and I don't know what happened. So
I'm actually curious. Like, what kind of team setups do you even use for for U7 at difficulty 4
Yo-yo. As soon as Yo-yo dies, your entire team will wipe. In the next 4 attacks, you will die 100%. If you don't have Yo-yo, you'd lose. That's kind of it. But like, I use a combination of. So I went back to 2 healers. So at the end of U7 before difficulty dial, I was not using 2 healers anymore. Mm-hmm. But now you absolutely have to have somebody to revive. So either Scientist or Minerva I use all the time. But Shuri basically every node, Yo-Yo every node, and then a combination of either Minerva, Scientist, and then, like, depending on which node it is, Black Bolt or Hela or Symbiote.
Wow. Do you think that they'll make another character that can revive in the future, just to keep bringing different healers in to help people out, or do you think that's just kind of done for? Because it just feels like they started. Wasn't Minerva the last like reviver, like who could revive somebody else on the team? I want to say.
Where they could revive anybody. Yeah. I mean, Night Nurse, I assume, is going to get a rework at some point and be able to revive, but I don't think they're ever going to introduce characters that are strong enough healers. And like they for sure retuned it so they focus your healers on difficulty dial, because it's the first people that always die. Is it's always Minerva or Scientist Supreme, and then either Shuri or Yo-Yo every time. They never hit your damage.
It's just funny how that works, because actually technically if they hit your damage you'd be even more screwed too. So, but if only it were random and not programmed randomness, we'll see. But would be amazing. So, all right, what else is upcoming, Chef?
Let me pull it back up here. Let's see here. Unlock Thanos, Titan Eternal Milestone. So they're gonna do a milestone event for Thanos,
even though he already has a node? Question mark.
I don't understand this one, but it says for the next 14 days, earn points toward the milestone by spending campaign energy. Hit milestones each day to earn Thanos character shard rewards. And once you reach 100 character shards, you'll unlock the Eternal Thanos. It is definitely for noobs. Yeah. It's a catch-up mechanic. But I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. And then they're also saying you can spend raid energy to earn more points towards the milestone. So is this their way of reintroducing the concept of getting a character through using raid energy? I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's weird to me. Like, I don't get it, because Thanos has been out for so long. Like, this doesn't seem like a appropriate action to take. But then again, what do I know? I mean, there's probably people out there that Thanos. I mean, the only reason I say that is because the three of us, we've all been playing for so long that's like a no-brainer to have him at 7 stars. So
back when he had a rated one on that was fun.
Dude, I've had Thanos 7-starred for like well over a year. So
curious to see what happens. So I know that there was a quick just because people in our Discord were talking about it, there was like a quick introduction of the Ultimate store, but then it was empty and then it quickly disappeared. Is that something that's upcoming?
I have seen nothing about this. Dismal,
it's in beta mine. So basically, instead of forcing you to open Ultimate Orbs with Ultimate credits, there'll be a store. What's going to be in the store, no one really knows, but the orb will definitely still be there, so you could still open the orb if you need Ultimates. I think it's more end games for people that have no reason to open Ultimate Orbs that have Ultimate 7-star. So,
okay.
Wish they would do something like that with Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine for sure, right?
I mean, we've only been playing the game for 2 years, and they still have the same daily.
They should honestly just put X-23 in for Wolverine. It's basically the exact same character as it is. So
that's not a bad idea. I wish they would do that. That would be awesome. Like, between the fact that they try to do good things for newer players, i.e. this Thanos milestone coming up, the fact that the monthly login calendar is usually centered around an older character. America Chavez is literally the first character that I have not had 7-starred already, I think, in well over a year. So, like, that's cool, but most of the time these are characters that we all have leveled up, and they're usually characters that have easy farmability. Would be cool if they'd start like throwing us some bones like that, but at this point I don't really expect them to do very many nice things without there being 10 other reasons behind it that benefit their own financial
It's just
gain.
weird because, like, in the grand scheme of things, 100 shards of a character really isn't that, like, it's not game breaking. If you give everyone 100 shards of a character through a milestone, it's not like you're going to lose a bunch of money that month, like, Give everyone 100 Ghost Rider shards and make them blitz more. You'd probably make more money than selling dollars. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what you just said is actually super funny. How many Ultimate shards do you get for 100 duplicate shards?
I don't know.
I don't even think you get one full orb for that.
Even if it is, it's you're gonna get 100 Ant-Mans, and it's gonna turn back into 15
Ant-Mans.
15.
So, I mean,
sorry.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's why it doesn't make what you just said is actually very freaking funny, because the chances of getting something good out of that Ultimus orb is so rare that that's actually really funny. I guess the point is that they think that their marketing team probably says to themselves, we don't want to give characters to people because if they want them badly enough, they'll just buy it. I'm sure that's their line of thinking.
Could be. I mean, that makes sense to me. So, yeah. And then Spartan 7 was saying that's 1,800. So it's like one shard is 18 Ultimus credits. So it makes sense. So you don't even get a full Ultimus orb to open.
So how many days? So that's bad at math, guys. How many days is that of logging in, completing all your dailies for the 5 Wolverine shards that you're going to ultimately just turn into Ultimus orbs? That's about almost a month to get one Ultimus orb.
What, for 5? No.
Almost a month.
Well, if you're doing it 5 times, yeah, no, you'll have more than that. So I don't know.
So what?
Maybe.
2 orbs a month, 2 Ultimus orbs a month
Maybe.
to get potentially 15 more Wolverine shards.
It definitely is a full circle, 100%.
What?
Not fun. Not fun whatsoever.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's a lot. Yeah, absolutely. It's almost one purchase of 2,000 Elite 4 credits kind of time. Absolutely.
What is this game we play, guys?
I don't know. Oh, okay.
What is this game, dude?
Is it a game or are we the game? Is life the game?
Or is it a gambling simulator with and whistles?
I mean, it's becoming more and more apparent about that. That's exactly how it is. So who knows? More disclaimers on that later on. So anything else that's upcoming that's in the patch notes? It's anything? Did they say anything about when the X-23 Blitz is? I'm assuming it's probably going to be after the Ironheart one, right? Probably the following Thursday.
I think it's 2 weeks from now. I think this week is Ironheart, and the following week will be it.
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So that'll be interesting if they have like the Negasonic milestones also in tandem with that. So that's just going to make people go crazy.
Yeah.
So
Negasonic, I think, will be this week, and it'll probably be happening when Ironheart's happening.
Yeah, on Thursday. So they'll probably either do it on Thursday or Wednesday.
Right.
For this. Yeah. All right. Cool. Everyone can fire up your bots for that. There you go. Have fun. Get it instantly.
Get your macros ready.
That's how we win. That's how we win things. So, all right. Well, then moving on to love it or hate it. We're talking about one thing we love about the game, one thing we hate about the game. We always talk about we love and hate about the game. So, Dismal, what's one thing you love about the game right now?
Okay. Crondo kind of said it earlier, but the Black Order animations are insane.
Yeah, they really are.
The Thanos, like the moon pull down, the snap animation are like one of the only things I still, every time I know, put it on 1 speed. Ebony Maw's basic, if you kill, is incredible. Like,
oh yeah, where he choke
it's
holds
super
him.
cool.
Yeah.
It's just a really, really, the artwork and the animations on that team are awesome.
Yeah, the art department really kills it in this game. Like it's unfair actually to them, I would say, because like they do such a good job and make characters so incredibly like with the exception of Crystal, they make them all look great and fantastic and have these great animations and everything like that. They really bring the characters in the world alive. That like that's why people want to play the game, is to see these things and play with their characters. But then it's like the mechanics behind the game just aren't fun. But whatever.
The first time I saw the Thanos snap, I was literally like, "Did he just snap?"
Yeah,
like
it happened
what?
on
like,
it happened on stream when I was doing that Ebony Maw reveal with Wolverthor, like against Kalark's whole Asgardian team. The whole snap happening and everybody just turned to dust. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, with characters that they kind of tease a little bit, like with a potential legendary Doctor Octopus coming. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that? Am I wrong, Dismal?
They've been talking about Doc Ock for a while, but they're definitely. I think they're going to do some more Sinister Six.
Interesting. Sinister Six Legendary.
There was
wild.
I guess I'm going to say it's on the rumor mill, but I think that there's a rumor might need the Black Order team for Doctor.
Oh, I would 100% think that, or the X-Force, probably.
Or the X-Force team. You're right. Actually, I think it was the X-Force team. I think I might have been wrong on saying, but who knows? Because it's all pure speculation.
I mean, I would be surprised if it was Black Order, just because they threw the Black Order at the premium orb so quick.
Yeah. It'll be X-Force. You're right. Yeah, I Tominator just nailed it. Yeah, it'll be X-Force. I was wrong on that, but are still they don't have them yet. So everybody, a lot of people went really hard on the Black Order. So it's a possibility that they might, people like me that are going to go less crazy for X-Force. But anyways, Dismal's still doing his love it or hate it thing. I just stepped on it.
My hate it would be that they said that they were not going to change the raid season points for U7 difficulties in the middle. And they literally just did it like 2 days ago. They changed all the points. And why? Why can't you just wait until Sunday? You said you weren't going to change it in the middle of the season, and then you do it anyways. Like, either don't say you're not going to do something and then do it, or just don't do it. Like, one of the two, because it's just frustrating. We're in first, but I think we're still going to get first. But it's a lot of our plans for raid launches, and yeah, we had to launch a couple more difficulty 5s than I thought we were going to have to, because they just like one difficulty 5 is worth 20 Gamma 4 raids, 25 Gamma 4 raids.
Wow.
So like we might as well not even run the Greek raids at this point. Like,
wow.
They just they cranked all the numbers so that people will push and try to do D3, D4, I assume. But
okay, well, that's interesting, because that just makes people, like, especially that plus the health bar fiasco that it sounds like it is, just makes it so that way they're going to force people to want to core up and revive people and spend raid energy or whatever to revive their characters, because they're all getting one shot.
Yeah. Oh, and the other, I'm going to throw an honorable mention. How long does it take? Why is Taskmaster not in the Red Star supply store? Because he had a campaign, right?
Yeah.
So why is he not in the supply store? Is that not considered farmable for Fox Next? Like, where is he in there?
That's interesting. I hadn't realized that at all.
Wait, so you're saying you can't buy him for cores in the supply section?
You can't upgrade him with promo credits in supplies. And it's happened with a couple of people they've put into orbs now, like the Black Order people that are in orbs, not in the store, which I'm pretty sure they have said that's how it works. Is that orbs only is not farmable for them to be put in the supply store. But then, like, when a legendary character rolls out, they, like, pat themselves on the backs for putting someone in an orb as a farmable way to get someone. It's just like...
Orb-tainable is what we like to call.
Orb-tainable, right.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, they are very inconsistent with the Red Star upgrades, 100%. Yeah, did they also put... Did they put Mr. Sinister in the War Store, or is that still TBD?
No.
Wednesday?
TBD. He ain't in there. I don't know. I mean, they said he is, and then he's not, but he's not.
Interesting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with all of that stuff. So,
I mean, some people trolled Mobile Gamer, and they photoshopped icon in the War Store, and there were pictures of that circulating around. But that's,
I thought you were talking about they photoshopped Mobile Gamer's picture in the War Store. He's now a farmable character.
Lucifer said that Black Order is all in the stores, but I don't think that. I'm 99% sure that Cole's not in there, because
I haven't seen. Okay, I have upgraded my Corvus from 2 to 3. I've seen Proxima, seen Thanos, obviously. Have not seen Maw, nor have I seen Cull, because I only have 2 red stars on both of them, so I'm fishing for.
And Maw shouldn't be in there
upgrades
because
on
their rule is that Legendary's not going until the second run, so Maw should not be in there.
Yeah.
Which, that's funny that
That's
support
fair.
would
I mean,
say that
that's
he
actually
is,
fair.
because he shouldn't be.
Support
Lucky
says
MSF
is
said
in
that.
there.
Support told him yesterday that Maw's in the Red Star store.
Well, he ain't.
Interesting. So, all right. So those are fair assessments with all that stuff. So, before we get into our next segment, which is Red Stars, we have a little disclaimer. I wanted to give a big shout out to Chewburger for putting this on his podcast that I listened to the other day. So we just want to say that before we get into Red Stars, Red Stars is random and random by nature, and therefore could be considered as gambling. If you have a gambling problem, all that sort of stuff, please make sure you support yourself and get help and whatnot. And if you have a gambling problem or addiction, you can always hit next on the next chapter marker down below and the in your podcast player to get to the next section. So if you want to, please hit that. Otherwise, we're going to get into stuff that could be considered any sort of randomness or anything like that. So there is lots of randomness with Red Stars, so that could feed into that addiction. So please stay safe with all that stuff. So anyway, so Red Stars, what did you guys pull for Red Stars this week?
Bullshit.
Is that your full answer? I was waiting for the rest.
Yes, that's my full answer. Go ahead. I want to hear about the most recent 7 or 6 gold star or red star that you pulled. And when I opened like probably twice as many.
I opened a grand total of 8 standard ords for Domino, and I got a 6.
Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. You God damn it, dude. I love you, but I hate you, man. Like, I mean, damn. Son of a bitch, man. Like, that's the. You have more 6 red stars than I do 4 and 5 red stars on my account. Like, what the fuck,
Whale
man?
theory.
Like,
I got a bigger dent in my bank account. That's the problem.
That's true.
I actually, when new characters come out, I get gold pulls on new characters. I usually get 4s or 5s on new characters. This is the first one. I can't think of the last time I got on their introduction orbs that I actually got a new character at 6 or 7. It's been a while.
Interesting. Wow. Have you pulled a lot of Red Star duplicates, like 6 and 7 Red Star dupes at all, or?
I've only pulled, I think, 2 star dupes.
I've only pulled
I know
2
people that
7-star dupes.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's crazy.
keep going.
I mean,
keep going.
So I have I either have 13 or 14. I have 13 7 red stars. I have a lot. And then
0 on my account.
Yeah. There's people in pants that only have. We were talking about the other day. There's a guy in pants that only has 2 7 red stars, and the guy definitely spends more than I have.
Wow.
Like, it's so random. But 6 dupes pretty frequently. I pull 5 dupes all the time.
Yeah, Miles Morales is my Black Panther for Chef Crondo. So like I pull 5 dupes of Miles more than I would want to admit.
I guess Ghost Rider's my new homie, dude. I was not happy about that. So what did I pull for Red Stars this week? Let me back up here for a second. Let's talk about the Milestone Orbs I opened up this week. Opened up 317 Milestone Orbs, and I got 20 Captain Marvel shards. 20. I am now 12 short of 7 stars. I can't even begin to explain to you how fucking mad this makes me, considering I have sat on those things since Christmas. And that's what I get? 20 Captain Marvel shards, a shit ton of dupes for 60 Coulson shards. I didn't want them. I didn't ask for them.
Yeah.
Not happy. I was not happy at all. Dude. 317, and I got 20 Captain Marvel shards.
Why'd you open them all up? Why weren't you just holding on to them? You just said screw it and just go for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was that close. I was 32 Captain Marvel shards away from 7 stars, and I have a 6 red Captain Marvel. So I guess I kind of like, and I've been short on ABCs and gold, which I can't get a lot of ABCs out of it. I think I got like 200 or 300.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
That helps. Yeah, I mean that's the saving grace. However, I'm still going to be a little salty crybaby about it and complain about the fact that I got 20 Captain Marvel shards. Red stars. I opened up 34 reds, and I opened up 4 Elite 4-star tickets and 1 Elite 5. 5 was a Duke Ghost Rider. I did get a couple good upgrades. I got Taskmaster. No, I got Red Skull. Who else did I get? I got Red Skull, America Chavez. God, I can't even remember now. I smoke too much pot. Yeah, it was a good round. I'm feeling like an idiot now that I can't remember. Anyways, all mediocre shit, but I got some fat stuff out of my Mega Orbs.
All right.
I got 50 Karnak and 50 Sif. 50 Sif, for me.
Nice.
Really? Good.
Money.
Good.
Yeah. So, it was an up and down. It was an emotional orb opening thing, and I think that Mr. Vash and I over there are going to tag team a nice little resurrection of Saturday morning summons here. Actually, do consider continuing to play this dumpster fire of a game, but yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's actually we talked about doing that for.
Oh, let's talk about no. Hold on. Let's talk about your red stars this last week, Mister.
What are you talking about? I didn't pull any red stars.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh, I guess I'll have to not think about the fact that you got a 6 red star Corvus Glaive, huh? Let's not.
I didn't pull
talk
that.
about
What are
that.
you talking about?
No. Yeah. Oh, this asshole.
It's true. I didn't pull it. It's in my account. I didn't pull it though. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine, but it doesn't mean we can't talk about the awesomeness of that pull that you got.
Yeah. All right, so I'll start that again. So now we're at the war or team advice section. So what war or team advice do you have for us, Dismal?
I mean, in war right now, I think it's just being smart and taking your teams, all the good teams, into offense, because I feel like it's swung. There are too many offensive teams for any team's defense. So if you are leaning one way, I would lean towards offense, because you're not going to stop people, I don't think. So just don't lose and win as many fights as you can. That seems like the way to go in war right now.
I'm genuinely curious. Do you guys get a lot of defensive victories at your level of play?
I mean, the weird thing is that our punch ups or punch downs are so drastic. Like, the closest alliance to us is Smash. We never play Smash, but like Cabal's 23 million punch up. Baby Yoda's the next lowest that we fight often, and they're like 19 million punch down or something like that. So those fights are tough. Yeah, like a lot of things got to go right for you to win those fights. So yeah, there's a lot of defensive victories in those, but we have actually started to leave up all rooms now in war, because we have so much offense that if we kill the barracks or med bay, it's really boring. So we leave we leave people's med bay, barracks, armory, and hangar. Oh my god!
Listen to this guy.
So Foxnex changed the cooldown, so now it's like 2 extra punch down teams that we weren't getting before. So like our fights it's not fun. It's definitely not fun for them. I can't imagine.
There's one team that you don't take it easy. 2 teams you don't take it easy on. The rest of them, you're like, hey, the little guy's a bone.
Well, yeah. I mean,
hey, it's okay. It's okay, man. You don't got to be humble about it.
It's a strange game mode, Like, all of our players are 9.5 to 11.5 million, and most of the people we are fighting are from 6 to 8.5. It's just like not. Yeah.
Do you just auto at this point, or do you actually play it?
Oh, I
doing
play.
a punch.
I play.
Do you?
Unless it's like a win that I know I'm going to get. I actually auto all aim fights because they're so take aim into like against Marauders, but I usually auto it because it takes forever.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
That's amazing. I don't think I've ever.
That's hilarious.
That is absolutely hilarious.
We leave the global buffs up because it makes things more interesting for us.
Yeah.
That's cracking problems right there.
Yeah, and we fought Wolverthor once every like 2.5 weeks or something.
Yeah, you've probably come across me at that point then, because I was in Wolverthor's Alliance for like 3 or 4 months for a bit. Right. So, yeah. But yeah, it's it was. Yeah, I remember those fights when you're just like here's our layout. Good luck. You're just like. It's like, we won't take out your armory until last. Like
my god!
They wanted to clear the flight deck buffs before everything else. Like literally, the armory is the last thing standing. It was. I remember those fights. Hilarious. It was hilarious. Oh my goodness. What are you gonna do at that point? That's just wild. So.
Oh, all right. God, that's good. That's good.
So, Dismal, what's your favorite tune in the game?
Probably Black Order right now. Just because of the animations and stuff, and they like literally will kill anybody, so they're the trump card at the moment.
I love them, dude. I did a 100k punch up against a Merc team the other day in the last war we did. Brilliant, dude. Just absolutely smashed them. Like it wasn't even fair, because you just take out Taskmaster and they're done, and it's just, I love it. I love that team. Fine, right? Just the goodbye, bitch. Like. It's just so satisfying because you see like L lining up and you're like, oh baby, is this am I gonna snap him? And then he does it and I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah. But like you, dude, I actually like I gotta admit, like every time I'm about to do the arcanes or the comet thing with Thanos, I almost always slow it down to -1 just because
it's just so cool. It is, absolutely.
Yeah, I love every part about Thanos. Like I mean. This is a little advantageous, but I wish there were more abilities like his second ability that actually like utilize the different stones on his hand, because I think it's so G that he like reaches out with a time stone and flips all the buffs. Like that to me is just such a cool ability. It would be impossible for them to get all the stones involved, but it'd be kind of cool if, well, it'd be impossible, but it just
I mean, they could have done something where like his special has a rotating, like it's a random event of which one you get, like which stone you get. That would have been cool.
That'd be pretty cool,
right?
Yeah. That would make things a little bit easier. It's not so cut and dry. Like the time stone flips everyone's buffs. The space stone does something else, rewinds everyone's turn meter. The mind stone makes everyone kill each other. That kind of thing. It would have been kind of wild to have that sort of thinking. It adds a little bit more randomness to it, but at the same time it's like it makes those fights a little bit easier. Well, not easier, I would say, it just makes it more interesting. So it's not just the same fight every single time. But then again, people would complain, be like, I didn't get the time buff flip and then I got the mind stone and it didn't do anything and everyone resisted. So it's like that would have been I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting mechanic, but at the same time everyone would just complain and bitch and moan. So but what else is going to happen? So there's that. So
well, with that said, I'm excited to see what some of the future legendary teams will be doing, because if that's indicative of how well the art department, these teams, that's one cool thing about the game to look forward to, in my opinion.
Yeah, the art department really just kills it. Like they honestly, it's the best part of the game. Outside of the community, which is sad if that's the case. If people are saying like they really like the art style of the game, but the game itself is shit, like then why do you like? Honestly, I ask people all the time, if this was not a Marvel game, would people still play this game? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's all about the
Dragon Champions. People will be putting up with this shit.
Absolutely not.
No,
probably not. But I don't know. I only play Dragon Champions for maybe like a month or two. Like I went pretty far with it. They actually have some reasonable offers with those things. So you have like $1.99 get you like full character packs that'll actually allow you to level things up. It's like, well, but either way, we'll see what happens. So, and it looks like Sen Raven is reading us at the moment with a party of 30. Thanks for everyone for stopping through the live podcast recording. So you're getting a little mini shout out when the actual podcast goes live. So with that, I don't know if we have any questions, but I'll ask it right now. If you guys have a question you want to ask, please put the letter Q with a colon in front in the chat. You can, if you're listening to the podcast now, when we do these podcasts normally, it's like 11 a.m. on Sundays on twitch.tv/OG Podcast is where we do our live streaming of this, plus all the other stuff that we do. We need to get back into actual gaming stuff too. I know there's a lot of stuff that happened with the PlayStation 5 reveal that we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very excited in regards with that. So
I have one question I'd like to ask Dismal, because you were our first guest of the year and we kind of like had a midway point of the year. I'm really curious, like what you feel is something that you would like to see Foxnix implement into the game that might not currently be in the works, or something, maybe like a constructive point that would help this game become better. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but I'd love to get your take on that, since it's kind of like the midway point. We have, a little bit of a roadmap of what's coming, and just curious what your thoughts are on that.
I think that if they prioritize items before they prioritize big items, they would be in a lot better position. Like, I've said this to them multiple times. I'm like, dude, all you have to do is just change Wolverine to another character. It won't take any time. I guarantee you it will take 0 time, and you will make 10,000 people happy. You can spend 6 years developing Ice, and how many people you're going to make happy, you have no idea. So yeah. I just keep saying, like, just work on the small things, fix the small issues, make small changes. Those things are the things that are those are the straws that are breaking the camel's back, right? It's not that ISO 8's going to make everyone quit. It's that you have, like, shield security will still Punisher will still assist when he's stunned. Jessica Jones's focus was broken for 2 years. Like, there's so many small things that will take literally no time to fix. They'll take a day worth of work max. But instead of doing the small things that I think will make a lot of people happy, they're focusing on big ticket items and big ticket teams and all of those things. And they clearly don't have enough time to do both. So I do think, all working from home, it probably would have been a good time and a good excuse to say, we're sorry, we can't come up with a ton of new content because of everything going on, so we're going to focus on honing the existing content. And then they fix all these bugs. Great, perfect. Everyone would give them that, I think. So
yeah, I would have given them that. I actually gave them a little bit of, at first, was like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt with everything going on. So I was like, but then bugs still popped up, people are still having issues, and they really didn't address it until it was too late, really. Like, oh, we discovered that this has the issue here, and people are like, well, why wasn't this QC and tested? But weird. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I wish that they would do the little bit of adjustments. Like, sometimes it's just those little details that really matter, that really helps bring the community together, that kind of stuff, and like focus on the little issues that matter, not health bar upgrades,
right? Which
nobody asked for whatsoever. But
right,
just so you know, you can actually see your character's health bar if you look real close. But they're not going to put numbers in there. They're just going to have little dots that represent some sort of percentage of health that we don't know about. They didn't say what those... Is it 50k health, 10k health, 45k health, 77k health? Who knows? Or 25,000? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, we have Cisco B asks a question, Mr. Sinister or Colossus to DD3. I'm leaning Colossus is what he said. I would agree with that 100%. What do you think, Dismal?
I think that Colossus is a better character for the hardest node. Well, not the hardest node in all of DD3, but the hardest global node. So I would probably pick Colossus first, just for the Miss Marvel node. I think that you are more likely to one-shot air damage on nodes because of Mr. Sinister. But yeah, like, Mr. Sinister is higher risk, higher reward, I think. Colossus is pretty solid and will get you further daily.
Yeah, I was able to. There were times where I was. I think it was Node 7 on global where you have the other Phoenixes or whatnot. I was able to clone the Phoenixes, so I had 2 Phoenixes on my team with Mr. Sinister. I don't have Colossus at tier 14, but like that made it a lot more fun, and I was able to go a little further. I think the most I did was like 7.2 million damage that for both those turns. So definitely, you're definitely right. Definitely makes it viable, but also like Colossus allows you to have Phoenix get her special and her ultimate off, or Dark Phoenix I should say, because when she dies, Colossus auto taunts, so he just gives her those extra moments so that way you can actually get through and use those turns, because there's definitely times where I didn't have that chance because everyone just died immediately. So
you mean like me every day?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So you'll be fine.
Thanks for rubbing my face in the dirt. I'm just kidding. Hey, I did Sinister yesterday. I just said,
just go for it.
I'd already. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I was already there, and dude, I don't know, man. I have made many mistakes in the preparation of my DD3 team. I'm kind of just like taking it for what it is, and I'm just gonna roll with it.
People have always said, like, it's like, oh, why would you do this and blah 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 blah. It's a game. Who gives a shit? What else? Yeah. What are you gonna do once you beat DD3?
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Take your time.
Yeah, nothing. You're not. What are you rushing for? 5 red star ultimates? Woo!
The longer you wait, the less likely you are to waste all of your gear that you probably will need for DD4 at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah, for sure. Higgy says, do you think they'll introduce more modes of character unlock other than Blitz? I mean, I'm hoping that's the case. We'll see. But I mean, the only ways they can release characters right now is milestones, Blitz, and what's the other one they're doing? Campaign, right? Yeah. They used to do raids, but they stopped doing that about a year and a half ago. So who knows? I wish they would do more raids. That'd be fun, but
I'd be fine if they pushed out more Dark Dimension content and hit it behind that. If that's because the one thing DD3 is a joke, and it's really kind of tough because I made bad decisions, and now I'm backed into a corner where I have 4 Miss Marvels dropping down. I got a Black Panther. I'm fucked every day. Like and there's no way to rewind that, But at the same time, I like it because it's making me strategize what I equip on my people, what items I'm looking for, how I spend my money on a daily basis, what units I'm looking at powering up, because I have a very vast roster for free to play. But I have to be very careful what I dedicate my resources to. Yeah. I was a bonehead, and I pulled 6 red Iron Fist, and I was like, ooh, let me put a couple T14 items on him, and I'll bring him to Dark Dimension. Mistakes were made. I can't revert that, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it. It's a fucking game, like you were saying. And I think that's the part about it that makes it kind of cool. I mean, it's the only thing to do, really, other than smashing my face in raids.
Yeah. And then Lucky MSF says, do you think they will ever stop people from using the Blitz bot? I don't personally think that's going to be possible, unfortunately. No. People will always find a way around stuff. That's just the way things are, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think they could make it harder. Like I said, they could randomize the launch button or whatever, but that takes a lot of work, and I don't think it's affecting them monetarily in a tangible way.
I think it's actually helping them monetarily, personally.
Yeah, right.
But that's just me, because if you have all...
They logged into the game and they make money off of that.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, that's an analytic that they sell to other people to get funding, essentially.
Sure.
So that works. But I'm saying that, so if you have, we've talked about this before. So if you have people who are botting throughout and through, and they're doing the things, you have everyone who's going for top 2K or whatever, and people aren't going to hit top 2K because they're seeing the numbers all these numbers. I can't do 40 million or whatever. They're just going to go buy character offers.
Yeah, or they buy Blitz charges, or
buy Blitz charges. Yeah. So that's what it is. That's what I think it is. Also, look, he says, for Dismal, how do you like Ultimates at 5 reds? Does it make him a lot better and worth the tier 14?
I don't know that it makes him a lot better. It makes him very usable. He's really situational. He counters some people really well, and he does zero against other people. So 5 reds makes him inviable against the other content. His kit makes him usable and viable against a small portion of people, and it makes him actually really good against a small portion of people. So
Really?
it doesn't change him his worth. I think he still is. He doesn't have as much utility as he probably needs to be a end game character. He's not like Ultron, but just punching people 12 times in a row doesn't really make you like worth a ton of it. I mean, he has stuff that's worthy of like T4 mats and stuff, but I think
not worth gearing everybody up for DD3 and running through him twice just to gear him up.
No, and the problem is that like you have his team is Kree's all fallen off, right? You have Minerva and Captain Marvel that are still kind of hanging in there, but if you're going to put him on Cyborg, and like those characters are fine. They're not bad, but they're definitely not anywhere close to meta. So I think it's kind of a waste.
Yeah. What would you like to have instead of an Ultimus 5 red star at the end there? Would you just either a new character, or would you do something different?
Oh, Doctor Doom for sure. Should have been Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think that that's gonna come with the next like campaign modes that they're gonna release, right? Because I mean, they hinted at the fact that he's kind of like the next villain after Ultimus.
Correct. Yeah, they've defeated Ultimus essentially in the story, and now they're moving on to Doom's whatever his era.
It's a common misconception about Fox Next and now Scopely that they don't have a plan, but they definitely have a plan. Whether that plan is good or not, who knows? But they know what they're doing a year and a half out, and they, like, there's a reason wasn't in DD3 at the end. Who knows what it is? We'll find out. But like, I'm sure they have other things that even if they're not worked on, they're on a whiteboard somewhere. Like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Allie says, Hela, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Sinister, or Phoenix to 5 red stars, and then 6 red stars.
I'm gonna let Dismal answer this one, but I have my own thoughts on that.
That's a tough question. I would say definitely not Phoenix.
Yeah.
There is probably a better pick long term because he's always going to be able to clone whatever new character is brought into the game at 6 red star. So I think that you probably will never regret moving Sinister up. He's not going to, I don't think he's like game changing enough really to focus on it. Symbiote Spider-Man's incredible. So I would pick, if I had to pick one, I would probably pick him.
Yeah.
But
who, Symbiote?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I was gonna say Symbiote. The way I would rank it is Symbiote, and then I'd put Sinister and Hela on the same level, and then Phoenix last. Because for me, Hela, my Hela is mediocre, but my Hela is hella mediocre. But I have seen what she's capable of. Like, she has value everywhere in the game: Blitz, arena, campaigns, raids, war, DD3. Like, she literally is one of those characters like Symbiote that fits it. Well, I don't know if Symbiote really fits into arena, but they have uses across the board. Sinister, same. Great in war. I don't know about using him in raids. I've never personally used him, but he's great in arena. So those characters kind of are very versatile, but Phoenix has fallen off, and I think that if you've got 4 red stars on her, just stick with that. You don't really need them because she's... I don't see the point anymore.
The only thing I will say about Phoenix, higher red stars on Phoenix, is that she can resist the Ebony Maw ability block, and if she does, you will, I don't know, it's a coin toss for me at that point when I was playing, is that they would, if she resisted the ability block, it was a lot harder to beat the team I was facing in arena if that was the case. So
right.
I can see that.
Yeah. Then Judas is asking, is Taskmaster worth taking in for DD3 considering he's skill? For the city team? Only if you have a high red star Merc Riot Guard, in my opinion. But that's I don't know. Depends on what you do. I think the city tunes were just like what? Taskmaster's global.
He's global, yeah.
Probably not then, for my assumption. There's other teams that are better.
I haven't even hit the global nodes yet, so I definitely have nothing to add to that.
I don't think you would necessarily be bad, but the problem with the global nodes is that it's just all about Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix and classes to make sure you're good to go. Yeah, I took Yo-Yo in to global, and it made that mode a lot more fun because I could survive longer just because I wasn't getting one shot from every character taking an attack. They were doing half damage with Yo-Yo, so that was fun. But I also was using Yo-Yo a ton in U7. So like I always say whenever I was streaming is that I would always try to prioritize people for tier 14 for tunes I was using for modes I was using every day. So it's raids, arena, war 3 times a week, and then DD3. So it's what I was really going for. For me, it was just like Black Bolt, Hela, Symbiote Spider-Man, Shuri, and I forget who the other one else was, but like that's essentially what I was going to go for. So.
Yeah, and I want to like circle back on what I said about Phoenix. I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that Phoenix isn't good because she's incredible. But I just think that if I had to choose of those 4 characters, my personal choice would be Symbiote and Hela. But that's my personal choice. I have 5 red stars on my Phoenix and Sinister, so I think I upgraded the Phoenix a while ago. And I have I pulled the 5 on my Sinister, so that's the only reason that I personally said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I was looking for, I have Symbiote and Hela at 4, and before I took a break, I was looking for Symbiote or Hela to take to 5. So just because I used them, or used them, I should say, in not DD3, in what's it called? U7. Yep. Yeah. So just depends on what you're going for. So, but that's, everyone has different things different. That's why I was prioritizing things, but there could be a new character that comes along that might be better for City. But I know a lot of people were doing Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, and Ghost Rider for City. That really helped a lot.
Yeah. Can I want to add on to what you're saying. Cause while we got Dismal here and I want to ask you guys, cause like, this is for my personal use.
Sure.
I'm setting. So I have my global team done. I mean, I don't have. I'm essentially working. Have a established team that like I'm gonna have to use. So I'm looking at my next. I'm mapping myself out. So for Cosmic, as it stands, I have one person. I have Thanos, which not a good pick. But again, I told you I didn't have a very good strategy for this before entering in there. So I'm looking at who to pick next. Minerva, I'm 1 item away from. And then I'm looking at doing Hela next. I was thinking about doing Maw, but Wolverthor like strongly suggested to me that I use Hela instead of Maw. And I'm just curious if you guys agree, what your thoughts on that is, and then I'll go into who else I'm thinking about using for City after that.
I would say Maw over Hela. I did Hela first, but I was switching gears. I was working on Thanos to tier 14, then I switched gears to Maw before I took a break. So Hela's very expensive tier 14 wise, mini uniques, but like I think Maw is 1 tier below her, so you can actually get Maw up first. But if you have Minerva and Maw, you're going to be pretty set with whoever else you have in there. So
yeah, I like what somebody just said in the chat. Like, I might as well bring Maw since I have Thanos. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah. I might. We'll see. I'm far off from having any mystic items because again, I'm strapped. But okay. So anyway, for the City nodes, I have Symbiote Spider-Man already done. So I'm looking at. I have 5 red Carnage and I got a 5 red Ghost Rider. So I'm thinking those are my next 2 picks for the City raid or City.
Yeah, if you get both of those 3, you run through City real easy. But it's
cool.
Just the problem of getting bio for. Everyone got distracted for Black Bolt, I think, for bio, and then all of a sudden you get to City and you're like, it takes weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to get more bio for Symbiote, and then again for Carnage, and then again for Venom. Like, if you could take all three of those, you would just hard to get it.
But wait, are you saying should I do Venom over Ghost Rider, or should I stick with Ghost Rider as my third?
I think that it's nearly impossible to do the three symbiotes together. They're a better team than with Ghost Rider, but because they're all bio, I think it's really hard to do.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I have symbiotes done as it is, so okay, cool.
Just remember,
cool.
Ghost Rider's Mystic too, so all that stuff you're getting for Maul.
Yeah.
Granted, he's lower on the totem pole than Maul. So I think he's one down, so I think he's not as expensive, but he's still going to be expensive. I think he's 30,
yeah, well, let's
30,
just hope
15.
That, let's just hope I get a stroke of luck and, pull a...
It's you, though. Just remember.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, just keep...
You never know, man. One day I could wake up and the whole thing could turn around, right? No, it won't.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other things you can work on too. Like if you could, depending on your Red Star pulls for Merc Riot Guard, he's not that expensive for skill. You could take him in. If you have him tier 14 at like 5 Red Stars or higher for a Merc team, he's almost impossible to kill on a mercenary team for war defense. Like that's another option. I think he's like 15, 30, 30 as well for skill. And also one other thing too is like it's hard to swallow this one, but it could work just because he's so cheap and he's like the first tier. Is Punisher if you have high Red Stars on him too. If you're just looking to have somebody in there, I think Punisher is literally like 7, 15, 15 or something like that for the mini uniques. He's not expensive whatsoever. Right. So, but
I do have a 5 red Punisher.
So I mean, it'd probably be worthwhile, and you could also
actually that's not a bad idea. I have like 70 something of the skill items. Like I literally have 70 some for the skill items.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be worthwhile. There's a lot of villains in those nodes, so it could be something. I mean, you're not going to be doing a ton.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, you'll be running in a ton, but yeah, and also like Xander was saying, like you're gonna run out of SPCs and other mats, and just make sure.
I'm already out of the other cats, but I do have 359 orange elite orbs because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I've been waiting around for that damn Milestone Orb opening event that they're not going to give us anytime soon. But I guarantee you all of one thing, okay? When I open these bitches up, y'all start hoarding because that event is coming around. Pronto, I'm telling you. You're laughing because you know it's true, Dismal.
It's true. That's like that's the first thing when they finally put Alliance credits in the thing. What are they going to do with Alliance credits? Like they don't do these things with no intent. That's what I mean. They always have a plan. So if they make it enticing for you to spend your Alliance credits, you're going to need those Alliance credits soon. So don't spend them. Like that's the mentality that a lot of people have now.
Yeah.
Can I get back the 18,000 credits I spent yesterday for my 5 red Ghost Rider?
Yeah, see you in 2 months.
Yeah, okay.
You'll be fine.
That's what I get. I got peer pressured by everybody in my chat. That's what happens.
Yeah.
They got me for Baby Shark costume back on because we wanted to try
Shark Theory?
Shark Theory.
Oh my god, amazing.
And then that Shark Theory proved that it equivalates to Get Wrecked Theory. And yeah.
Amazing. That's yeah. See what we started? People just want you to be Baby Shark all the time. Amazing.
That thing is going in the closet. Okay, that thing until I get something good. It's hiding.
Celebratory Baby Shark costume. I don't know if you've seen that, Dismal, but like we Chrono wore that last time, and then El Charisma, who's been a part of our streams and everything like that, just went through and made a whole bunch of GIFs about it. It was amazing. It was the funniest thing in the world.
The dancing one is really good.
The dancing one's really good, yeah. One. And the fuck out of here is one of my favorite too. It's so good. It's so good. We'll send it to you so you can take a look. So anyway, I think that wraps up everything for the podcast. Dismal, thanks so much for being back on with us again this time around. So it's just like beginning of the year and middle of the year and maybe the end of the year.
Yeah, we're all
maybe maybe another recap if we're all.
Dismal likes our late in the afternoon start times.
Yeah. Well, does it still affect you even though we're all not working still, or maybe you're working? I don't know. So.
Yeah, I'm coincidentally working more now than I was before, which is
Oh, that's great. All good. Well, then I'm glad that we can help out with the later start times for everything like that on the Sunday. So,
Yeah, of course, Dismal's been working double time because he's got to, pay up for all the. He's got to buy somebody over at Fox next to two new Tesla.
yeah, my new Tesla comes next week. I'm very stoked. So anyway, with thank you all very much.
With that humble brag, let me just close the podcast, guys.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming out. You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is overachieversp. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you get this episode and every episode where we talk about Marvel Strike Force, video games, and a whole bunch of other Baby Shark stuff. So with that, you can also find us recording this live on Twitch at twitch.tv/OG podcast. That's so many donuts. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Donut master,
you guys,
man.
how does two people eat 7 donuts? How do you do that?
Dude, I'm not okay. First of all, the girl I went with is like this. Dude, she picked up one of the donuts and put like half of it in her mouth, and she was like, "This is amazing." I'm like, "What in the world?"
You need to marry that girl. And then and then so anyway, if you like the podcast, please leave us a review on iTunes and we'll get those and read those out loud. We haven't had any since the last week's review, so if you can't get to making those reviews places. So anyway, see you guys next week, and we'll stay on the live stream for a bit, but until next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat one of these bitches.